Cheers. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Look
Happy
at us.
holidays.
I don't feel like we have to tell people who are only listening. We have our little Christmas set going on. We're in our festive attire. We got our Christmas tree. We got our Christmas gnomes.
Yeah, check out our socials to see our little
the set
for this episode. Yeah, we're gonna get into holidays. It is the holiday season. Welcome to Mom's Off Script. I'm Meg.
And I'm Mere.
And we are here today to talk about the holiday season and kind of some like family traditions and things like that. So welcome to our holiday episode.
Yeah, and Meg and I both celebrate Christmas, but we know this is a really busy time for our Jewish friends. If you're celebrating Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or whatever you've got going on, it is a very festive time of year. So we're excited to kind of dig into that together.
Yeah, so let's do it.
Yeah, where should we start?
Oh, geez. Christmas.
Yeah, traditions. What were your traditions growing up?
Oh, we had so many.
Give me like a top 2.
We're not talking about traditions yet. We are talking about Christmas music, holiday music. Did you grow up with holiday music in your house?
1,000%. We were very strict, not until after Thanksgiving when I was growing up. Mm-hmm. I've bent that rule now as a parent. But yeah, we listened to a ton of Christmas music.
I don't remember when we were younger, like when I was a kid growing up, and maybe this isn't like something that you would remember, but like, I don't remember Christmas music or like holiday music being a thing before Thanksgiving. Like it wasn't like a strict rule, but like, I don't think it was like a thing.
Yeah. No, we listened to so much Christmas music that like when Christmas was over, I was like, oh, thank God I can go back to listening to normal music. Like if we were listening to music, it was Christmas music.
Christmas music was like such a big part of the holiday season in our house. I grew up in the late 90s, right? Mm-hmm. We had like one of those 6-disc CD players.
Oh my God, I remember those.
And like, while it was great all year round because we did listen to a lot of music in our house, the Christmas music on because it would shuffle between 6 different CDs. Mm-hmm. You didn't have to listen to one CD. It was literally amazing. And it was like my favorite time of year to listen to music. Mm-hmm. And I have so many memories attached to like specific artists and specific songs and all of that. So I can't do the holiday without the music. Yeah. I think what was unique about our house though is we didn't really listen to like traditional holiday music.
What did you listen to?
I mean, like we listened to Christmas music, but it was like more like pop or pop stars albums. Okay, so like the big one in our house was the Celine Dion Christmas album.
Of course it was. I mean, you and your Celine Dion.
Oh God, she's a legend. And anybody who doesn't think so is wrong.
Anyone who doesn't think so can stop listening.
No, you can keep listening. Please keep listening. I'm just telling you, you're wrong.
Write in and explain to Meg why she's wrong. That's what we should say.
Anyway, no, Celine Dion. The Bare Naked Ladies had a Christmas album that we were really into. The most listened to Christmas album in our house, though, was Barry Manilow.
Oh.
The Barry Manilow Christmas album. If you haven't heard it, turn it on. The first one. The second one's great. I can't even listen to it without like my whole heart like expanding and contracting and beating because that's what it's doing.
The nostalgia.
But like I like sob. The other one that like gets me every time, this is a curveball, is the Alabama Christmas album.
What?
I know. It's so interesting because we did like my parents didn't listen to country music growing up.
Yeah, we didn't either.
The Alabama Christmas album.
Okay.
I can't listen to it without like one of the songs is called Christmas Memories. And that is how I feel about the album. I'm like sobbing listening to it, like these Christmas memories.
All right, I'm putting this in my rotation.
Oh,
I've not heard either of those.
Spotify.
Yes. Well, we should put the links to each of our Christmas Spotify playlists.
We'll see. Oh, how about this? We're gonna make a Spotify playlist with our Mom's Off Script account.
I love it.
And we're gonna share it.
We'll put all of our favorites.
We'll put all of our favorite holiday tunes on there.
That's going to be a banger.
Check our socials for that one. It's going to be so good because I'm sure what you listened to was a little different.
Yes. Yes, I am very much, I'm very much traditionalist. We love the classics, the Christmas song, White Christmas, all, Nat King Cole, all of those. We're definitely in that genre. But my all-time favorite Christmas song is Bruce Springsteen's Santa Claus is Coming to Town. So
that's a good recording of that song.
I
will say.
Love that song. We like would sing and dance to that song in my house growing up like nobody's business. And like some of my core memories with my kids, it's like the first time playing that song for them and dancing with them and having that, like, I'm singing and dancing. They're like, what is wrong with you? But like, I just love it. It makes me so happy. And I also like pop music versions of Christmas songs that are out now too. So I have a very eclectic mix of like classic old traditional songs and like newer pop songs.
Yeah. I will say as I've gotten older and like had more like saturation of traditional Christmas music, like on the radio.
Yeah.
I've gotten more accustomed to it, and it does like hold a special place in my heart. But it's those like albums that we would like have on all the time.
You know what's like a banger Christmas album?
Justin Bieber.
Oh, yes. Yes. Not what I was going to say, but yes. Little Drummer Boy by Justin Bieber. Fire.
Oh, so good.
The Illumination version of The Grinch.
Oh,
that soundtrack, like when Christmas comes around and Teddy's like, oh, can we listen to The Grinch? Like that, he means that, not the audiobook. I'm like, yeah, we can.
Absolutely. That's
put that
so
on.
funny.
Put it on. It's good.
Also, Sean Kingston's version of Little Drummer Boy.
I've never heard that one.
I think that's what he does. I gotta look, but there's a Sean Kingston Christmas cut of something.
Oh my God.
And it's so good.
Okay, our Moms Off Script playlist is gonna be sick.
It's gonna be fire. Guys, when this episode drops, get on that playlist.
Oh my God.
Because you'll have plenty of time to listen to it before the holidays hit.
Cheers.
This is so good.
Yeah?
Yeah. This is my Liquid IV mocktail that I'm drinking.
Oh, tell us about it.
So we have half a Liquid IV in here mixed with some seltzer.
Yeah.
It's kind of like my go-to mocktail.
I love it.
So I'm getting nice and hydrated. So
I love it while I'm drinking my red wine.
Yeah, you know, to each their own.
Amen.
To each their own. So we talked a little bit about like holiday music traditions. Talk to me about like actual traditions around the holidays that you did growing up.
Oh man. I mean, there's so many, but there are two that stand out to me, that one of which I already do with my kids and one I want to do with my kids. We haven't yet, I think just because they've been small. Maybe this year will be the first year we do it. So the first one is making cookies. We are a big cookie family, and my husband isn't, like, their family is an even bigger cookie family.
Oh, you guys have a holiday cookie party.
We do. So, but even when I was growing up before I met my husband, we always made sugar cookies, like, you know, shaped with the cookie cutter, iced them and sprinkled them. And we would bring them up to our family in upstate New York. That was like a Christmas tradition in our house. And then my husband's family, they are maniacs. They make hundreds of Italian lemon Christmas cookies. And we used to do it at my in-laws' house. We've recently moved it to our house. And like, I remember when I got to see the recipe for the first time for the cookies, and I was like, the recipe. And like, it was like a big deal to see the recipe. We literally make hundreds of them.
Did you get the recipe before you were married?
I don't think so. Wow. I don't think so. I mean, we've been married for a long time now, so I don't really remember. But
you were together for a long time before you were married.
Correct. I mean, I participated in the cookie making,
right? But you didn't get.
But I don't think I saw the recipe.
Yeah,
I could be wrong about that. But
so it's a true family recipe.
It is. It's a handwritten. It's a photocopied. Like, it's been copied a bunch of times, and like in the margin, it shows how to double and triple it, or like do a 1.5 batch.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a classic. So we make hundreds of those cookies, and then give them out to, you know, all the members of the family at Christmas time. So those are two big ones for us. Or the cookies is one thing, but there's like two instances of cookies.
Yeah.
The other family tradition that we've done since we were little is we do a drive around town on Christmas Eve to see all the Christmas lights.
I love that.
My dad loves to drive. I also love to drive. And we would get in the car after dinner, put on our Christmas PJs, drive all around town. And we would drive to places that we would only drive on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't normal, like, around town. It was like, particular houses that we knew would be good, that we didn't normally see during the year, that we'd be going just to see the lights. And I remember one year my sister and I made like little certificates that were like, our family loves your lights. And like, we do this every year, and yours is one of our favorites. And we like hand wrote them, and we each got one, the four of us. And we put them in their mailbox for the houses that we like. Each person got to be like, this is my house. I'm using a certificate. And then we'd run out and put it in the mailbox.
Wait, I love that.
It was so fun.
That's really cool.
So that's the one I want to do with my kids. I feel like they're a little small to do it right now. Just because like with the car seats, sometimes I feel like it's like hard to see out the window,
Yes,
you know, and my daughter's
yes.
still backwards facing, but when they're both front facing, maybe this year we could do it.
Yeah.
So
that's really fun. I bet there's some really cool neighborhoods around us that we
there
don't
are.
necessarily drive into regularly.
Before we had kids, my husband and I did it and drove around
so
town,
fun.
and there are some really lovely houses.
So you kind of already know the spots.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yes. What about you? Traditions?
So, I mean, our traditions were, we did a lot of activity on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
So we had a lot of, I mean, we would go to mass every Christmas Eve. And then we do the pageant.
What's the pageant?
The pageant.
What's the pageant?
Oh, geez.
Can you tell we're not like a church family?
Yeah. So we would go to mass on Christmas Eve, and there was a children's pageant. And so we would do the whole nativity.
Okay.
And play it out.
Okay.
And there was, I mean, the kids were acting, and there were.
Oh, that's so cute. Were you in it?
Every year.
What were you?
So I debuted as Gabriel.
Oh my goodness. Where do you go from there?
Yeah,
you peaked.
I peaked early. I debuted as Gabriel, and it was actually my brother is 9 years younger than me, and he debuted as Baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus. That's amazing.
So that was like our family tradition. My mom actually helped run the pageant for years.
Okay.
So that was the thing. We were also very involved in the children's choir that sang on Christmas Eve. And so we would like go to rehearsals leading into Christmas season, and we sang in the choir on Christmas Eve.
I love that.
So we did that, and then we would go home, and for it kind of flip-flopped for a little while, but for a couple of years it was like we would eat appetizers and like open like some presents, like family presents. And then we kind of switched to like ordering Chinese food on Christmas Eve.
Okay,
and that was like our family meal for a long time, actually. And as we got older, we would do kind of like our gift exchange that evening.
Yep.
We spent the evening kind of as our nuclear family, like my 4 siblings and my parents. But we would exchange our cousin gifts that evening. Because there were so many of us, we would draw names.
Our cousins did that too.
And we would open those that night. And then most of my cousins would open them on New Year's, on Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve, and we would kind of get those phone calls and like the Merry Christmas phone calls like done on Christmas Eve, which was really nice because then come Christmas morning, our big traditions there were like the one that I can remember the most on Christmas morning was actually before the holiday started. It would be the 4 of us would get up and like hang out in someone's room.
Me too. My sister and I would do that.
Yeah.
We'd get up at like 3 a.m. because we were too excited.
Oh, we weren't up that early.
We were psychos.
But like
we'd set up games and stuff in our room the night before, like Mancala or
Mancala. Yeah.
What was that game that was like you had to match the colors?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh man, it's gonna bother me. Anyway, so we did the same thing of like setting up games in our room in Christmas and like being together early in the morning.
Yeah, that was like the really fun part, and like I mean the whole day was fun, right?
Yes.
But like that was just something that like I remember was
Me
we
too.
would kind of all like hang out in one room and like essentially wait for our parents to be like, okay, come on down. And then the other thing that I just remember so vividly was my dad and his video camera.
Oh my God, me too. Like the big on your shoulder one.
Video camera, like waiting for us down the stairs and like going backwards into the living room and like just watching it and like the VHS recorder.
My dad insisted on getting like ambiance footage ahead of time. So he'd like go down. We're sitting at the top of the stairs.
That B-roll?
Yes, of like the tree and the presents.
I'm sure my dad
and
did
the
that.
music playing. And we're like, Dad. And he's like, hang on. And like finally would tell us we could come down.
Yes, and be like, okay, come on down.
Yes.
So that was like a very, very clear picture of Christmas morning in our house. And then the chai lattes that we would sit and sip on while we were opening presents and things like that.
Was your family everyone opens gifts at the same time or everyone takes turns family?
I can't remember. We took turns.
Okay. We were also a one at a time family, but I remember the first Christmas where I was with my husband's family and it's a free for all.
Yeah, it was not a free for all.
Open whatever you want. And I was like, overwhelmed.
Ours was definitely like,
it's your turn. You watched each person open.
We did.
We did the same.
So we also did this really cool thing in our house, and we didn't do it. Obviously, our parents did it. And if you're listening in the car with little ones, you could pause at this point.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But Santa brought our house 3 presents.
I love that.
Because that's how many baby Jesus got.
Oh, I love that.
And it was a really easy connection to like, for us to like understand why we were getting 3 gifts. What they also did was, one was typically like clothes. One was typically like a big present.
Yep.
And then there was like a smaller present, whether that complemented the big one or was like its own
an
thing.
accessory present.
Yeah, but it was like not as grand.
Yes.
So everybody got like a grand gift. Everybody got like an article of clothing, and everybody got something else.
I love that.
And then we also did stockings. So like our stockings, and as you get older, stockings get more expensive because, you know, you can stick makeup in there.
Yeah.
You can stick, you know, like small things fit in stockings. So that I thought was really cool. I think you said you guys did you guys do anything like that?
We like our Christmases were a little over the top, but I love that we did do stockings, and I love the idea of like, I don't want to say like a limit, but like some parameters around gifts, so it doesn't just become like a free for all.
Yeah.
Like are you planning on doing that with your kids? I would love to do something like that with mine.
Yeah. So I think yes, we are. We're gonna kind of tackle it a little differently.
Yeah.
We only did 3 gifts last year. But there's this poem about Christmas gifts that I think is really neat, that has kind of surfaced in the last couple of years.
Okay.
And it's 4 gifts instead of 3. So if you're not trying to go the religious route, or like, this is what baby Jesus got, because that's
like a non-secular option.
Yeah. The poem is something to wear, something to read, something you want, and something you need.
Oh, cute.
And so it is... it's exactly that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's
self-explanatory.
They get a book, they get clothes, they get something that they're really excited about, and then they get something they need.
I love that.
So like a backpack or a lunchbox is something you need, but it's still something that is fun.
Yes.
Right? Like my son is really into Toy Story right now. A Toy Story sweatshirt, really fun. My daughter's really into Wicked, a Glinda dress.
Yeah,
something
gorgeous.
to wear. That's kind of the poem that I heard, I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago, somewhere popped up on the internet, and I've kind of like hung on to.
I love that. I want to do something like that with our kids. One thing we've done that's similar but not the same is we've been really intentional around donations around the holiday season. So usually after Thanksgiving, I would, with my kids, and AJ was too small last year, but we did this with Teddy very intentionally, would set up a box and say, this is our donate box. We're going through all of your things. This room that we're recording in is a good example, and be like, are you still playing with this? Is this something we can give to somebody else? And cleaning out the toys to use that as an opportunity to talk about families who aren't, you know, could benefit from these things.
Yes.
That like, you're not using this anymore. Another family could use it.
Yes.
Right. And being intentional around that. Obviously that's a good opportunity to talk about, you know, the good deed of passing something along. We don't just throw things away. Let's get this to someone who can use it, especially if you're not using it anymore. Plus, it's a nice opportunity to clean out the house. Like I am whatever the opposite of a pack rat is, that's what I am. I want to just get rid of everything. So it's a nice opportunity to clean things out and make space before the holidays with the inevitable. Even if I feel like we did what you're talking about with the 4 gifts, which I love, the grandparents will just flood them with things. It's so hard.
I know. They do get a lot. They do get a lot of stuff.
And I love them. I shouldn't complain. It's so nice. And that's their job as grandparents to spoil them. But I'm like, we have no space in this house.
We switched to an experience from
I like
my in-laws. So my husband's parents actually are getting my kids a trip to the Great Wolf Lodge this year for Christmas.
I love that.
So that's kind of something that we've kind of worked towards. And
I think the grandparents just can't restrain themselves on our side.
And I think that's what's going to happen. I think they will get some gifts.
They'll get some other things too. I love it. I just embrace it. It's fine.
Yeah, but it's more stuff.
It's more stuff.
Right? But it's also stuff that like they're going to grow out of these toys. So to your point, like it's great to donate
let's pass them on.
Pass them on.
So what are you and your family doing on Christmas this year?
We are going to wake up in our home. We'll do all the Santa gifts in the morning. My daughter still takes a nap, so we'll do her nap time. And then we are going on a local staycation.
You've done this before, right?
Yes. So we started this last year. A tradition's not a tradition until you've done it at least 2 years in a row.
Twice.
And so we're hoping as when we did this last year, we wanted to create a tradition, and we are going to do it again this year to really hone in on that.
This is such a cute idea.
This is a family tradition. So we got a room at the hotel 12 minutes from our house, not even, like
very close,
like 10 minutes from our house, that has a pool. And we are going to go swimming all afternoon and then have a sleepover and watch a movie.
That's super cute.
And we ordered Chinese food and we brought it to the room, and we're just going to have a little getaway, and then we'll come home the next day and get to play with all their new toys.
And that is the difference between you and I, because you're like, it's a treat, we go to a hotel, and I'm like, it's a stressor, we have to go to a hotel.
What are you guys doing?
We're going to have a very kind of traditional Christmas. In the past, we've done, wake up at our house, do Santa gifts, Christmas gifts at our own home. We go to our in-laws' house, do breakfast and Christmas at their house, and then we do my parents' house for Christmas dinner. We are trying to influence the grandparents to host Christmas this year and have just everyone come to us and do one set of gifts at our house.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. I think
you're trying to influence the grandparents to let you host.
Correct.
Okay.
I think they all like having it at their house, and they like us having us come to them, which is understandable, and that's what we've done. But we'll see.
Do other families go to them, like your brother-in-law, sister-in-law, like at the same time that you guys do all that? So if
we hosted, it would be like everyone. Okay. It would be a big party.
That's so fun.
So we'll see what happens. And maybe it's a future thing. I think they like to hold on to it. So we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. Quick disclaimer for the next section of our episode. Parents listening to Moms Off Script today, if you have tiny humans within earshot, this would be a great opportunity to hit pause and come back and revisit this episode later if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So we both mentioned like kind of doing the Santa gifts in the morning. Mm-hmm. And I'm still really navigating this. So
me too.
How do you talk to your kids about Santa? Like what's the storyline there?
I've changed my mind on this at least 3 times.
Okay.
Because my original thought process, like very early, but kind of before I really thought about it, I was like, well, of course we're going to do Santa. We did Santa, so we'll do Santa.
Yeah.
And then I saw stuff, as you do in the social media parenting sphere, around like, Santa is lying to your kids, and you shouldn't do that. And we can talk about Santa like we talk about unicorns, like it's not a real thing, but you can still have it in your life. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to lie to my kids about Santa. And now I've kind of swung to kind of a middle place, which is I want them to have the magic of Santa. And I'm going to say to you, like, this is where I am today in this moment.
Right.
I could change my mind on this tomorrow, but this is how I'm currently approaching it, which is I want them to have the magic of Santa. We talk about Santa like, oh, Santa's going to come and leave you gifts. My son will say like, well, how does Santa get down the chimney? I'm like, it's magic, right? Like, we kind of have that conversation. But I think if my son were to say to me like, Mommy, is Santa really real? Like in a way where I could sense that he wants a real answer, I think I would probably be able to say to him like, it's not, but we like to pretend for Christmas. Like that it's a fun thing that we pretend Christmas and, Santa is real. Like, I think I would probably have that conversation with him and not straight lie to him. Like, I think if he truly asked me, is Santa real? I don't think I'd be able to be like, yes, he is.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
I do. I like that approach. Mm-hmm. I agree with kind of all of that, like social media influence.
Yes.
And like you're lying to
it's hard. Because I see that side of it.
I do, but I totally agree with like the magic piece. And I do think like we've talked about like Harry Potter, and we've talked about like other things where we do play pretend. And we do kind of allow our children and ourselves even like to dive into these worlds that aren't real and like become a reality in that moment. And it's fun. And I think to strip them of that is challenging.
Yeah.
And it's like, to your point, it's tradition. It's like what you did. It's you loved it. Mm-hmm. And I'm interested to see kind of how it will play out in our house. I do agree with like, if they were genuinely asking, like having that conversation and like navigating it. I think for me, it would be the balance of like, understanding the motive behind the question.
That's exactly where I was going to go, because one thing I saw that I loved was if your kid asks you like, is Santa real? Starting from a place of, well, what do you think? Right. And why are you asking? Because maybe they heard at school someone be like, Santa's not real. And it's like, okay, well, that it frames it up differently than like, well, I was thinking about it and Santa is physically too big to go down a chimney, right? Like those are two different conversations in my mind. So I loved that recommendation. That was, if your kid asks you that question, start with, what do you think? And why are you asking, to understand the context around it? Because maybe they are still believing it's real and they want you to reassure them it's real for a little longer. But maybe they're realizing like this isn't real and I need you to level with me, you know?
Right.
And, I mean, my son is 4. I don't think he's there yet, but maybe, you know?
I know. Well, and it's this idea of like, well, when we read books, there are fake things in books and those are real in the moment. And so it's the context of the question.
Yeah.
And yeah, like what do they know?
What did your parents do for you? Like, did you have to like sit down and be like, listen, Santa's not real? Or did you like you just figured it out?
I think I figured it out.
I remember like we figured it out, but my mom, I remember having my sister and I, like when we were very old, be like, you know, Santa's not real, right? I was like, Mom.
And you and your sister are pretty close in age. And it's just the two of you.
Yeah. We were like far old enough that we knew. And it was like, she was like, you know, right? I was like, yes,
so
Mom.
I remember I figured it out. And I believe my mom kind of helped me get there through like hints and like conversation. And I had 3 younger siblings.
So you had to hold on to the secret.
Yeah, I mean, my brother is 9 years younger than me. So I had to, and it was like a rite of passage.
You're like in on the secret.
Yeah, and that was kind of cool. So like I felt like there was like a rite of passage. We did have a kid in our 8th grade class who didn't know yet.
Oh no.
And our teacher spoiled it for them.
That's really sad.
Yeah, that was really sad. But the whole thing was really sad. Everything about the story is sad.
You know what else I like? I saw someone framed up the conversation around like, oh, when you are having the conversation of like, you know, let's say your kid is saying, is Santa real? And they're like, Mom, really? Like level with me here. And you're going to be like, okay, Santa's not real, blah, blah, blah. I loved the way the suggestion to frame it as like, you are Santa. Like there's 2 choices. You either believe in Santa or you become the Santa. Like once you know that you don't believe in Santa anymore, it's your job now to be the Santa and bring the Christmas cheer and like the magic of Christmas. Like it's now your job to carry that magic forward for other people. And I like that idea a lot.
I like that.
Santa, the person is not real, but the idea of Santa and the joy and all
Santa
of that
is real, right?
Yeah. So like that's what you have to impress upon them. And it's like now you're a part of giving that to the world.
Right.
Even though like, is there a jolly man in the North Pole? No, but like that the magic is still real.
Well, the magic is there and the metaphor is always there.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a big piece of it, right? Like Christmas is real. Santa is lives within us all, for lack of a better phrase, and getting too philosophical. I'm also thinking too, like as they're watching movies and stuff, like Santa's a big part of Christmas movies. So I'm interested to see kind of how that will all play out.
I was going to say the same thing. Like that's how I feel about it today. And my mind has already changed about this several times. And like my husband and I have had conversations about it where we've kind of been like, well, like, you know, so like, we're navigating
we're mid-December. So like your feelings aren't going to change.
No, I think this year that's where we're at. Yeah. But you know, as they age and get a little older, that will shift and change.
And that's just
that's how it works, right? We're all doing that, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So speaking of Santa and kind of coming full circle on this, what is one gift that you are getting your kids that you are so excited about?
I'm excited because several weeks ago, my son saw at our local toy store this Pokemon card mega pack. And he is obsessed with Pokemon right now. He was Ash Ketchum for Halloween. And he saw this booster pack and was like, it had like 10 packs in it. It had a mega holographic card in the middle and like a couple like fancy Pokemon cards. And he was like, oh my God, like his eyes were like popping out of his head. And he was like, can we get this? And I was like, no, but maybe we could ask Santa for it this year. And he's like, okay. And now if you ask him like, what do you want for Christmas? He says Pokemon cards. And I got it for him. And I'm so excited for him to open that one. Like I get goosebumps thinking about it because he just loves Pokemon cards. It's his favorite thing right now. My daughter is a little fashionista. So I've gotten her some very cute, sparkly dress up clothes that she will probably insist on wearing every day. So,
I love that.
Yeah, we haven't done like big gifts this year. I feel like the last couple of years we've had like one big thing for them. And I haven't done that this year so much, which I'm not saying we have to. But those are like the 2 individual things that I've gotten that I'm most excited for.
Yeah.
What about you?
So we haven't done our Christmas shopping yet.
and that's us in a nutshell.
Yeah, who's shocked by that? We have a couple different ideas and we're just kind of like narrowing some stuff down. They're really into their Tonys. They're really into Wicked, both of them. My son's really into reading. We're entertaining the illustrated Harry Potter, which is, if we don't do illustrated Harry Potter for Christmas this year, we will probably do it for his birthday in June. Yeah. So that's on the short list of things we're getting my son in the next 6 months. And then my daughter is also like super into glam right now, which is so funny.
What? It's like inherent. My son never looked at himself in the mirror, still doesn't pick out his clothes. Yeah. And my daughter is like preening and, picky. And I'm like, where did you get this?
Well, we know where she got hers. True. I have no idea where my daughter got mine. Or her girliness. But we got her a makeup kit for her birthday. Like a fake one, like a Melissa and Doug like pretend makeup. So we'll probably get her something to like complement that.
Get that for AJ.
It's really cute. She's like obsessed with it. And then we put some like lip smackers in it that are real because she steals my chapstick all the time.
She always jumps in my lap when I'm doing my makeup.
Yeah.
Can I watch you, mommy?
Yeah. My daughter like always wants to like play with my brushes and like do my stuff. And I do my makeup so rarely that when I do it, it's like
I do
really fun for her to like participate. She always wants glitter.
AJ always grabs my most colorful eyeshadow palette and says, I want 2 tattoos.
That's really cute.
That means she wants that like on her hands.
Yeah. So. We're definitely doing nail polish in their stockings. Both
that's
of
a
them.
good one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good one.
The Easter Bunny brought them nail polish and Santa will bring them nail polish.
That's a good call.
Also.
We'll probably do that too.
So yeah.
You know what?
Yeah. Tune in a couple weeks and then maybe I'll let you know what we got them.
Can we finish with what are you asking for Christmas?
Oh, this is a good one. So we actually don't do Christmas gifts.
Ooh.
We go in on a gift together. So we set a little bit of a budget. And the last 2 years, so I guess to my point, it's a tradition. Actually, it's the last 3 years we've done this. We have we've gone to the Lego store and gotten ourselves like a decent size Lego. So like,
I love that.
A little bit on the pricier side.
And like do it together.
And we do it together.
I love that.
So that's kind of our thing. We do need to find like a display place in our house for all of them. And like, so we're kind of running out of room. So we need to like rethink that piece. The other thing that I really want is the skylight calendar. But
me too.
I feel like that's just something that we're going to just purchase eventually. I don't think we need it yet. Actually, the feature that I like most about that is that it is the frame. It's the skylight frame. So like I kind of really just want it for the frame.
Skylight, if you're watching this, if someone we know is listening to this who works at Skylight, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely can't wait to use the calendar features, but I think the idea of it like idling as the skylight frame wherever we have it displayed in our home is like just a really cool feature. And so that's what we want.
We just have a poster board with our schedule on it.
It's great. It works.
It works.
We just have a calendar that
it was
neither one of us
37
ever
cents.
check.
So
and it made a good TikTok.
That's true. That is true.
What are you asking for? Or like, what do you guys do?
We do gifts for each other. Yep. We do. So the like joint thing we do for our birthdays, because our birthdays are pretty close together. Like last year we did a trip for our birthdays, which was lovely. Yeah. And I think we'll continue to do that. For Christmas, we do gifts for each other. I'm boring this year. I've just been like, I want Newly gift cards. I asked for a gift card to our yoga place to like pay for yoga classes, like that kind of thing. Wine. Yeah. I've stocked my wine cabinet. I love wine. It's the key to my heart.
What about like a wine subscription?
My Joey got that for me for our anniversary, got us like the NPR wine club. And I got to try a bunch of wines from that. Last year he got me a wine. Oh, and actually I think one of my girlfriends got this for me, a wine advent calendar. So like every day was a new, like a mini bottle.
Yeah, like a nip.
So yeah, I'm well taken care of in the wine department.
Let's go. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
What a great holiday episode. It's been so fun talking about the holidays.
I'm so in the holiday mood now.
I can't believe it's like 2 weeks away.
Me neither.
It'll be so fun.
I'm not ready.
I am more ready than I am.
I'm ready. What am I talking about?
Are you ready for the lightning round?
No.
All right. We're going to do it. It's my turn. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
All right. Lightning round. Okay. Holiday season edition, Christmas edition.
I'm ready.
Okay. Pick one. Never getting to hear Christmas music again or only hearing Christmas music for the rest of your life.
Never hearing it again. That's so sad.
If you could only listen to one Christmas song for the rest of your life, during Christmas season, whatever, what would it be?
Bruce Springsteen, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Tough choice, though.
What is the best gift you've ever received for Christmas? Just one.
My husband surprised me when I was living in New York, and we did a sleigh ride through Central Park.
Wow.
It was the
That's
best.
really cool.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite gift you've ever given or gifted on the holiday?
We gave my dad a Titanic Lego set.
Ooh, That's pretty sweet. Okay. What is the earliest acceptable date to set up your Christmas decorations?
November 1st.
What is the latest possible date you can leave your Christmas decorations up to?
January 22nd.
Oh, that's very specific. Elf on the Shelf.
No offense.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Snowman or Snow Angels?
Snowman.
Elf or Grinch?
Grinch.
Ice skating or sledding?
Sledding.
Gift wrapped or gift bags?
Gift wrap.
That's it.
Whew, those are some tough ones. Wait,
Right?
can I tell the actual story of Joey surprising me in New York?
Yeah.
Because I was living in New York at the time doing, like, you know how some people do a study abroad?
Yeah.
I was doing like a study in New York. I was interning at Broadway Dance Center, and I was working there and taking class, and it was Christmas time, and I'm up in my room. We had like a house, our school had a house in the Bronx, and I'm in my room, and my then boyfriend calls me and is like, hey. I'm like, hey. Like, I wasn't expecting him to call me. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, can you come let me in? It's really cold. And I'm like, what? He's like, can you come let me in? It's really cold. And I like ran downstairs and opened the door, and he's just standing there. I had no idea he was coming to see me.
That's
like,
so cool.
surprised me at my door. And he's like, you got to bundle up. We're going into the city. I have a surprise for you. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, just like completely overwhelmed. So we like jump on the subway. We go into Central Park. He had a, horse-drawn carriage sleigh ride through Central Park, and it was like lightly snowing, and we had hot chocolate, and I was like, this is the best day of my life. It was great.
That's so cool.
That was the best Christmas present I've ever gotten.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for expanding on that.
It's one of my favorite stories.
Amazing.
All right.
Cool.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
And happy holidays.
Yeah.
That's a wrap on our holiday episode. I hope that we were able to share some tips and tricks that you guys can kind of
put you in the festive mood.
Yeah, for sure. So, Mere, plug the socials.
We are Moms Off Script at TikTok and Instagram. We are also momsoffscript@gmail.com. Send us your emails. Let us know about your holiday traditions. Let us know if you have tips for talking about Santa with your kids as they get older, navigating those conversations. Obviously, we need some help. But we
can't wait to hear from you about your holiday stuff.
Yeah, truly. This is like one of our favorite times of year. So we love sharing this with everyone and hearing about what you've got going on too.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, and have a great holiday.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye. Yay.
Both hands.
That was cute.
That was cute.
I think that's going to be good.
Yeah.
Moms Off Script is created, designed, filmed, edited, and produced by Megg Abelein and Meredith Finch. Music by Mappy. Photography by Michelle Montineri. Graphic design by Alexia Dulieu, and production consultants Nick DiVasta and Alan DiCicco.